She considers a field and buys it. From her profits, she plants a vineyard. She perceives that her merchandise is good, and her lamp does not go out by night. She makes linen garments and sells them, and supplies sashes for the merchants. Strength and honor are her clothing. She shall rejoice in time to come. Something that I've been hearing over and over is that there are a lot of young women who would like to start something, a small business that they can run from their own home. And if you've been playing around with the idea of doing just that, having something that would give you time flexibility where you could work kind of your own hours, as well as something that would bring in consistent income, then hopefully some of the things that I can share with you today will be helpful. Hi there, if you're new here, my name is Kaylee. I am 20 years old and I have been running my small business for the last year and a half. And through running my business, I have been really amazed at just how perfectly it fits my lifestyle, as well as how God has just used it and how He has watched over me throughout the whole business. Probably the hardest thing to figure out about starting a small business is what you want your business to be about. I went through 6 agonizing months of trying to decide what I wanted my business to be about, and honestly, it's something that just does take a little bit of time. And because coming up with an idea is so challenging, I created a worksheet that I will link down below in the description. It's free, no strings attached, just something hopefully that will help you as you work through exactly what your business idea will be. But there's one thing that is really helpful to think of when you are trying to think through your business idea and your business plan. And that is that the base of a good business idea basically boils down to having a service or product that fulfills somebody's want or need. And that sounds really, really basic, but I'll give a quick illustration. So if I was shopping for a necklace, and I saw that you have a necklace that is kind of minimalist. It's small, it's gold, and the price is kind of mid-range. It's not really cheap that I think it's going to fall apart right away, but it's also not really expensive to the point that I can't afford it. Then I am going to be really attracted to that necklace that you have to offer, especially compared to some $3 necklace over there that is silver, which is not my favorite color. It's chunky. Even though that is cheaper, I'm not going to be drawn to that necklace because it doesn't seem like it's as good of a fit as the one that you have to offer. So what I'm saying is that when you're starting your business, it's really good to think of the end customer and what they are looking for. And if you can craft your product or service to exactly meet what that customer is looking for, then advertising is going to be so much easier and making sales is going to be a breeze. I'm going to add to my illustration though. If I'm debating between the necklace that you offer versus the necklace that somebody else has that is also very similar, but I see in your shop that you are sharing your story of how you got started in business, how you do it out of your home, how you are a Christian, I am 10 times more likely to purchase from you than some random Amazon seller who I don't know anything about, because you and I have shared values and I want to support your business. There are a lot of things that you have to work through after you get that initial business idea, because if you just have an idea and never take it anywhere, then it's really worthless. And something that I get asked a lot is, when I started my business, was I overwhelmed or scared by the process of doing that? And the answer is yes. There were a lot of things that scared me, and I'm thankful that I pushed through that anyways. One of those things that scared me was the legal side of having a business, as in, there are a lot of strange rules, depending on where you live, that can seem really vague and hard to understand. And for a long time, I worried that perhaps in my skincare business, I would be doing something that was illegal or wrong or against the rules, and I wouldn't even know it, and then I would get caught and fined. And working through that, what really helped me was actually going to my state's website, looking through the rules, even though it was long and tedious. Another thing that scared me was bookkeeping and the legal requirements you have, as in how you have to keep track of all of the income that you get from your business, as well as all the expenses, so that you can report that accurately to the government so that you can pay your taxes. That terrified me, especially since I had never actually gone through the process of filing taxes before because I was so young. And then coming into that on my first year, having a business was kind of scary, but my mom helped me work through that. There are also a lot of wonderful CPAs that can help you work through that. And believe me, after you do it once, it's not as terrifying. Going into the second year, I am not as scared as I was last year. In fact, I'm hardly scared at all, hardly. And when you are first starting a business, it can seem really overwhelming when you look at all of the different equipment or inventory or tools that you need to invest in to get your business started. But my advice would be to start really, really niche and really small. Something that Google will tell you if you're starting a business is that you need thousands and thousands of dollars to start. And that is really dangerous thinking, I feel like. And especially if you're working out of your home, it's really easy to keep your costs down. For example, when I started my business, I invested $36 into it up front before I made that money back. And then I invested a little bit more into it. And for the first 6 to 8 months, all the money that I got out of my business, I put right back into my business. I didn't go and spend it on anything. That money was exclusively in and for my business. And by doing that, it helped me to be able to grow my business and invest in the necessary ingredients and tools and equipment that now helps me to create the system that enables me to get paid for my business every week. I have money that comes out of my business account into my personal account. I know the amount that's coming every week, and I'm not worried that I'm going to have to give myself a cut. Another question that I get asked a lot is how much time it actually takes me to keep my business running. And it really depends. There are some days that if I have a big project going on or if I want to get a lot done, I will work on my business kind of all day. But then most days, it's just generally an hour to 2 hours that I'm actually working in my business, sometimes less, sometimes more. I was a little concerned when I began my business that there would be days when I just couldn't do it because I'm working by myself. I don't have any employees. I don't really have anybody who knows like how to run my business, how to make the stuff, how to ship out the stuff. And that concerned me for a little while. But God has provided so abundantly. And on the days when I really knew that I couldn't handle a lot of orders, I haven't gotten a lot of orders. And the days when I do get a lot of orders, 30, 40 orders a day, those tend to be the days when I don't have anything going on. It's really quiet here on the farm and there's not a lot to do, and I'm able to put that time in to fulfill those orders. And when you start a small business, it won't be perfect. It'll take time before it actually starts making money. But God will give you grace and energy on those days that seem really hard. And He will also give you inspiration and will make things happen when the timing is right. Know that I am praying for you, I'm rooting for you, I'm really excited for you. And if you have any questions, you are welcome to drop those in the comments. Or if you want to send me an email, you can find my email address in the About section of my YouTube channel. You're welcome to send me any questions. I love talking about this. I would be so happy to answer them. And I'm also hoping to make future content very similar to this. So I will see you in another video. Bye!